Hello and welcome back. Yes, I am live streaming a little earlier than I normally would. I normally stream on Wednesdays, but I'm going to be gone tomorrow. So, live streaming today. So, this is Arcade Spirits, the new challenger, the sequel to Arcade Spirits. It took like 5 years later, I want to say. After the previous Arcade Spirits, and you can have the option of importing a save, or if you play on a console, you can input decisions. Hello there! Or you can start fresh. So I made sure to import the save from my live stream of Arcade Spirits, and we're going to find out what happens when your character from Arcade Spirits and your character from the new challengers have the same first or last name. So we got through chapter 1. It took us 4 hours. My sibling was trying to sleep towards the end of it. My sibling's not here today. So hopefully chapter 2 won't take as long. My voice is getting very tired by the end of that. So here we go. Combo Breaker. Combo Breaker! I'm doing a voice for Iris, but I don't know if I'm going to keep it up because it's kind of difficult. News update, Fight Shack with Punchy78.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Punchy78 here with Fight Shack News. All the fighting that's fit to post. Big happenings in the scene today as P2W endures humiliation at the hands of a small team from a local laundromat.
Here comes a new challenger, local underdog team, laundry and pizza, shaking up the scene, fresh faces in esports. I just think it's neat.
In the upset of the century, this previously unknown team of locals utterly trounced Team P2W's Coda, who was fired on the spot. Are P2W really as strong as we believed? Are they starting to show weakness? Are they no longer favored to win the Pro Tour? Will this little incident become the start of something bigger? Who knows? Personally, I can't wait to see what this new team can do. For more on this developing story, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and rate Fight Shack 5 stars. This is only the beginning, folks.
Dun, dun, dun. It is the distant future year 20XX, and I'm no longer an aspiring game champion. I'm an aspiring game champion and a team manager. That's one more set of shoes than I'd originally intended to fill, if we're being honest. I would have been perfectly content to blend in with an existing team as just another player, but if this is what it takes, so be it. The good news is that I'm not flying solo as supreme overlord of this team. Everybody has opinions to contribute. I love this spark sauce. That's the with the loading screen for your computer. Bad news is everybody has opinions, and I'm quickly discovering that balancing those out is getting tricky. This morning my job is simple. Completely redesign the team's profile on discomfort.fist and select a sponsor for our Pro Tour ambitions, and while keeping as many of my teammates as happy as possible. Simple, right? Okay, let's get to work. Vaporware for work group. Gosh, I remember these loading screens from when I was a kid, back in the 90s.
Iris, online.
Hello, Mix Manager. Mix Manager? I don't know how to do the MX. I also figured out how to run a virtualization of the Iris app on my home computer. PC geeks get things done. Represent. Just call me Justana, Iris. Okay, hello, Justana. I finished compiling all input regarding your team profile and sponsorship opportunities, cross-referencing it with your friends and their own requests. Shall we start with the profile? Every good team needs a good name, good team name. I don't know, this seems like it could work nicely for that. True, but Team GCF was always a working title, and your friends have sent me ideas for better names and acronyms. But these are only suggestions. If you want, you can make up a name and acronym yourself. Okay, let's see them. Team, the best team, TBT. Dapper's idea. That would be her idea. Magnificent Seven, M7. Lexi's idea. Reference? Future Forward, Grace's idea. Makes sense. Next Fiasco, Domino's idea. Backtrack, the Pit Crew, Jinx's idea, showing her racing route. Exemplar, EXE, Rhapsody's idea. None of these. Write your own team name. I have played this through in the past. I'm trying to remember what names I used. Luckily, I keep that documented on my computer because I am terrible at remembering this stuff. Let's see. Okay, I've used onwards and upwards for the team names. That was my very first playthrough. And I've used the Coming Storm. That was for a playthrough with a friendly rival, romancing them. And I romanced Rhapsody, so I used their idea. Yeah. I mean, these are all kind of cool ideas, but I'm not sure I like any of them, but I don't know what I would want. Well, let's see what I've used for, well, let's see, I've used Funplex Arises, Reapers, Gately Funplex, that wouldn't really work, Funplex Supreme, Funplex Battles, Funplex Redux, Funplex Funfair, I used that twice. And then for the name of arcades, I've used Arcadius Maximus, Arcade Rising, Phoenix Games, Gamer Central, Arcade Triumph, Arcade Plaza, Francine's, Gamer Hub. And I was running out of ideas for the Funplex event. I repeated myself a lot there. Damn, nothing really strikes me there. I don't want to use like an animal name. That sounds weird. I don't want to use like something like Play to Win. That's just that's copyright. Well, when I did play softball for a couple of years, and 1 year our team were the Wild thing, so we could do that. The Wild Thing's TWT, is that right? Yes. And it fits with the way this run is going. So we're going to I need to make notes here. I always keep notes of my playthroughs because I am really bad at remembering shit. I should have written this down last week, but I forgot. There's so much going on, can you blame me? Okay. Okay. Which mouse do I need? There we go. I have two mice, and they're very similar. So I had to remember which one was for which computer. The Wild Things is awesome and gets the job done. The Wild Things are awesome and get the job done. The second one, because we're referring to the Wild Things as plural. So, whereas it's not one entity, it's multiple entities.
Good work.
Okay, your team name and acronym are now registered with Discover.biz. I've also emailed everyone to let them know the change. Next, it's time to pick a sponsor. Beating Team Play to win makes my job simple. You had sponsors lining up to talk to you, and I've changed my Irish voice. If you can keep that hot streak going, this will be easy peasy lemon squeezy. I've organized dossiers for you, including the sponsor's original pitch and any comments from your friends about the offer. Wow, thanks, Iris. Here I was thinking that being a manager would be like difficult and stuff.
Thank you.
I was originally made to be a virtual assistant to a high-powered business executive. This sort of thing is child's play to me. Now, let's take a look at the offers. You have 3 of them to consider. Good day, Ms. Tana. I represent Crimson Tiger Energy Drinks, the premier beverage of choice for the 13 to 25-year-old gamer demographic. We're always on the lookout for promising young teens, and yours shows a great deal of promise. We'd like to sponsor your entry in the Pro Tours. You'll find our team salary package more than generous, allowing you to focus entirely on team training and practice without day jobs to worry about. In return, we'd like you to wear our red branding colors, and we'd be seen drinking our product. A simple request, we feel. With over 20 years of experience in this field, I assure you that you'll find no finer partner than Crimson Tiger.
Don't know about that.
Hey, Iris forwarded me the CP offer. I guess they're a proven brand, but do we really want to be sponsored by the guys who sponsor everyone already? Right? Plus, their energy drink tastes like warm battery acids. No way in hell am I slurping that stuff down.
You've gotta be kidding.
I've never been a fan of the blatant, machismo, and in-your-face attitude of Crimson Tiger, especially not one that's still a huge problem in this scene. Also, have you seen their clothing design? It's better suited for a gaming chair than an actual human body. It's used to wear anything that obnoxious. So they can offer us all the money we need to make this happen, but I need to wear their colors, chug their energy drinks, Illinois, Domino, and Rhapsody. Doing business means accepting trade-offs, just thought it. Maybe the next 2 offers will be more to your liking. Oh, that was a blink and you'll miss it reference to the first arcade experience, because that was kind of what Francine was trying to tell you, was there are trade-offs and there are trade-offs. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. That's just the way things are. And I need to play with that. Hey, Justana, glad to see you showing up. Team P2W, we need fresh blood in this team to keep it from stagnating, and you are fresh. Blade Joysticks, makers of professional-grade fighting game joysticks, want to sponsor your team all the way to the top. Our team salaries can't compete with the top guys, I'll admit that, but you get all the free hardware and controllers you'll ever need. And with us, we'll make sure you're all kitted out. Sound good? Let me know.
I don't think that's a good idea.
They mean well, but the reason Blade can't offer a lot of money is because they're probably going out of business in a few years. Blade controllers are the player 2 sticks you let your cousin use because you don't want them wrecking your good joystick.
Not down for that.
Plus, I literally can't use the joysticks. They're too stiff. It hurts my wrist. If you want to trade your keyboard for a Blade, feel free, but personally, I don't be using their gear. Sorry. Piles and piles of free gear would save us some money, but if Grace and Jinx both don't like Blade, and I can't say I like the idea of ditching good old Beiji the 101 keyboard for a joystick just to keep them happy. You could have everyone else on the team use Blades if you want to keep your competitive keyboard edge. There are options. Also, there's one more candidate to consider, and if I may lend my own biased view, I think they're exactly what we need. Good to talk to you, Jess. We here in the Pizza Yums family have been following your story closely. Everybody loves an underdog. Pizza Yums, of course. We'd love to sponsor you. We've got experience helping people build their brand and can really get you to the next level. We can't offer as much money as a more esports-focused company, but we also don't have any demands in return. We just want to help you soar. It would help if you were a bit more family-friendly, though. Let's talk. Just drop me a line and we will arrange to pay entrance fees to tournaments for you as nothing else.
No f***ing way.
Family friendly? Seriously? F that. I make no apologies for who I am or what I want to say. Plus, pizza bagels taste like school glue on cardboard. Hey, that's mean.
I must protest.
Pizza Yums is run by capitalist thugs who contribute to both the nation's obesity epidemic and our food waste crisis. In addition, they've sponsored many events at Deco's House, the Palace, the pinnacles of an anti-arcade. I say nay. Dang it. So no matter who I pick, I upset someone? Seriously? It seems that way. Sorry, Jasana, but these are the tough decisions you need to make when you're in a position of leadership. They'll accept your decision no matter what, but you may lose standing with two of them, depending on what you decide. I guess crowdfunding isn't an option. Not for the amount of money we'll need for travel and tournament expenses. Even the cheapest of the offers will get us more than a GoFundMe would. Right. Just in time, then. Damn it. So, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but there is a poly option with Race and Jinx. So, if you want to do that, you can't take Blade joysticks. Well, there's multiple ways to get the poly option, but not taking Blade joysticks is a good way, is a good step on that. And I don't like the idea of taking money from a company that may be going bankrupt soon. This doesn't seem right. And while it would be fun to pick Pizza Yums just for the lulz, let's go with Crimson Tiger. Crimson Tiger has a strong reputation, can get us everything we'll need to make this happen. I'll wear red so others don't have to. So this is the only time you'll be forced to change your outfit. But you can change it back after this chapter. You don't have to keep wearing it.
Sure.
Hey, if you're the one that's struggled with innards of a toxic swamp monster instead of me, I'll sign that dotted line. Just remember, I warned you.
Well, that's disappointing.
I'm not thrilled by your choice. I won't deny the support is going to help. I'll try to find something that matches their uniform. I love that Rhapsody is very fashion conscious.
Sounds good.
And that's all the managerial decisions you need to make today. Let out a long exhale, leaning back in my chair. This is more stressful than I thought it'd be. But you're doing so well, and you'll only get better at it in time. With me in your pocket, figuratively and literally, there's no way you can lose. I mean, you can still lose your FOD2 matches, but still. I have a lot of functionality you haven't even tapped yet. You know, and if you want me to, it could get you leverage to negotiate for more from your sponsor. Leverage as in, blackmail? You'd be surprised how many embarrassing details are perfectly public if you know how to search for them. What do you say? Oh boy. The rational side of me is like, no. But that's the point of this run through is to pick options that I won't normally pick. It would help us get ahead. But again, and stay ahead, I'll consider it a possibility. Not gonna lie, if we could squeeze more money out of our sponsor perfectly quietly without any backlash, it may be worth considering. Yes, exactly, and you can count on me to take care of it quietly. I'm a digital scalpel, not a digital broadsword. I'm not saying let's go ahead and blackmail people, but theoretically, what sort of information could you find? Just about anything. What would you want me to look for in general? Something embarrassing but safe, like office holiday party photos or fan fiction they wrote. And cover any crimes of their own, threaten to make them face justice if they don't play ball. I think the less I know about what you dig up, the better it'll be for me. Okay, this is a bit much, so let's just go with something embarrassing. I don't really want to get into the weeds on this sort of thing. Keep it simple, goofy, embarrassing material that makes them look silly if it got out. That's the easiest sort of leverage to find. You'd be amazed what people post to social media, assuming nobody important will ever find it. That's why I don't have much of a social media presence about my personal life. I keep that offline. Okay, if you ever need me to dig up embarrassing material, just say the word. Now you should go freshen up. Team practice starts soon, and you still need to catch the subway over to get it clean fun. Onward, Mix Manager. Justana. Onward, Mix Justana. I'm used to that. It's going to be fun. At least that's over with. All I need to do now is go down to the arcade and take the virtual app. I know I can do that at least. No more ringing and strong personalities, no more selling conflicts, just doing what I was born to do, play a game. Since this is an arcade spirits game, that's not the way it's going to shake out. So if you watched my first arcade spirits run through, or have played it yourself, then you know that chapters 2, 3, and 4, you had a chance to get specific one-on-one moment scenes, longer one-on-one scenes with specific characters in each of those chapters, and it was all pair of characters. It was all, and then the same thing is going to happen with this game. Chapters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to have one-on-one scenes with specific characters in each chapter, and then chapter 5, you're going to pick your romance. So we're going to find out who those characters are. And like with my previous run-through, I'm going to split up who I spend time with in each chapter. Mainly because there's a scene in later on in this chapter that I really want to stream. Well, matchmaking is taking forever. It has literally been 2 minutes after. Yeah, that's me when I'm in a queue for too long in a game. Yeah, I know, forever. How are we supposed to get practice matches in if the servers can't find anybody at our skill level? It's gotta be your ELO dragging us down or something. Or yours dragging us up. Ranked pros aren't always playing this early in the day, you know. There's only a single FOD2 machine in the entire arcade, plus a slow day for online matchmaking, and practice is moving at a snail's pace. On the plus side, while Dom and Zap are busy getting their rounds in, I'm free to wander around and chat with people. Probably for the best. I haven't spent much time getting to know them yet. I should take advantage of this quiet moment. And I can visit everyone before it's my turn at bat, but I can squeeze some socializing in. Who do I want to chat with? So, like before, we'll only get to talk to 3 of these. So we have 4 options. So we're going to miss out with someone. So I want to talk with Ben and Matt. This sounds like a good idea. I might be tangled up in practice sessions all afternoon, so a heavy slice of Zana would be advisable.
Good day. A fine day indeed. Your first day as a manager. How exciting. What can we get for you, our delightful high-powered business executive?
That isn't very bright shade red. I'm definitely going to change it back when I can. Please, just on it, and I'll keep it simple today. Just a cheese lover's pizza.
Can't be too cheesy, I always say, even if my bowels occasionally say otherwise.
Been there. One piping hot slice of good stuff slides over to me. I open the box and nosh on it, too eager to go find a table first.
Wow, you're full of pep today. I would have thought your first shot at managerial duties would grind you down into a tiny, quivering wad of stressed-out jelly.
Please don't remind me. I'm trying to avoid liquefying myself. When I was here yesterday, I didn't realize that becoming our team's manager was one step on my dream ladder.
Sometimes the ladder to our dreams has missing steps. In that case, it can be difficult to climb by yourself.
Ben's right. No need to burden just yourself, especially when there are people around you who've had some experience at making dreams happen.
Oh, look at the bracelets on, I think it's Ben, on Ben's arm. That's cool. Ooh.
Us, Matt's talking about us.
Right.
Indeed, we'd be happy to impart our learned wisdom upon the younger generation. Want some pointers?
Okay. How do I blow off stress? Primal spin therapy, drum circle? How should I manage interpersonal conflict? I want to keep everybody happy. How can I pump them up, really get them ready to take on all challengers? How should I be managing finances and expenses and things to avoid problems? Okay, so this means that we're going to get double the points for whichever one we pick. So instead of one quirky point, if we pick that option, we get two, and so on. Let's do this one. How can I pump them up, really get them ready to take on all challengers? Getting the wild things on the same page is going to be tough. Many of them weren't interested in the Pro Tour before I came along. I'm going to keep them striving and driving towards our common goal. I want to pump up the group, get them excited.
Good.
The ever-present morale officer, here to enforce happiness. Not quite that. That's the key, isn't it? Morale. Making sure they're engaged, invested, and happy to fight alongside you. Nothing wrong with the troops quite like a passionate speech. Keep your own passion boiling, and they'll warm up to you. But remember, you're responsible for their success, not just their attitude. Be sure you can back up your words. Responsibilities on top of, playing equity too. This is still a heck of a lot for me.
Indubitably.
Undoubtedly.
You can do the thing. We believe in you. But you barely know me. We're excellent judges of character. Hey, you know who just Fauna reminds me of? A young Jess Fauna? Indeed, that same spark of destiny, I'd say, really going places. Wait, Jess? That's my cousin. I'm Matana. Well, small world, isn't it? Yeah, we haven't been in touch. The whole Tana family is sort of perpetually in survival instinct mode. Doesn't lend itself well to cousinly togetherness. I haven't got tabs on her. Well, allow us to fill in the gaps for you. We cheered her on and she created the arcade of her dreams. What a grand adventure that was. Lovely dreams, simply lovely. No doubt similar to your own dreams in a way.
You never know quite where life will take you. Something Matt and I have experienced firsthand.
Indeed. We started out running a donut shop and bookstore.
You ran both a donut shop and a bookstore? How'd you manage to run two businesses at once?
By running one business. We sold books and donuts under one roof.
The whole story. Such halcyon days of literature and sugar.
I remember.
Sadly, shifting demographics and the opening of a high-end cafe named La Biblio the Queue du Croissant signaled the end of that venture.
I love the mispronunciation. If you don't speak French, it should actually be La Bibliothèque du Croissant. That's whatever he just said. But it's funny that he mispronounced it. And that was the voice actor's decision to mispronounce it that way.
Another sad tale of local business crushed by big donut and big book.
Not that we let it bring us down. No, we moved right along to our next idea. Pizza, laundry, and video games.
I'm sorry, this was your go-to idea?
Absolutely.
Positively.
My point is, you may never know where you'll end up, but the journey to get there will certainly be interesting. You weren't expecting to manage an esports team, but look, you're managing an esports team. Isn't that something?
Wear the mark of chaos with pride. Surf the wave. Ride the snake.
That means something entirely different, Matt.
Aww.
Ben contemplates his next words as their back and forth stream of conscious and silent pauses for a brief moment. I mean, be honest, where did you actually see yourself in 10 years' time? To be honest, probably still staying alone in my dark apartment all day, grinding on ladder. I have no idea whatsoever. I could predict it, but no point, right? I've seen a trophy over my head while millions of fans cheer, I think. Dead in a shocking tuna fish mishap. This one. As ultimate grand champion, absolute victor of everything that exists, I mean, that's honestly what I saw for myself, being a mega winner until the end of time. I know that's unrealistic. I've got things I'm working through, but that's the truth of it. I'm glad you found the wild things, then. Together, you'll work through all the everything. A finer gathering of books you'll not find indeed. And if you need any further guidance, you know where to find us, right here, during working hours. Now then, next order, please. And that's when I noticed a very long line forming behind me, people waiting for Ben and Matt to get on with it. I mumble an apology, then scamper out to devour my pizza. I'm not sure Ben and Matt work as the obligatory substitute father figures in the grand narrative of my new life. At the very least, it makes a cool uncle. Domino and Zapper are still playing, so it's off to see someone else. Who's next? Let's spend time with Jinx and Grace. With good, clean fun being a trifecta of greasy food, clean clothes, and hot arcade action, it's not too surprising to see my arcade friends washing underwear and stuff. Grace is chatting away with Jinx while folding mostly black clothing from the dryer. Jinx, for her part, occasionally glances at her phone while talking. Yeah, I wonder who the black clothes belong to. How many socks have you lost to the sock goblins today? A few? The sock goblins aren't real. Then maybe it's Grace? Unlikely. Besides, Grace is helping me get my clothes sorted out. It'd be counterproductive. She does your laundry?
Bad idea.
Can't exactly carry a giant basket of clothes with these arms. That's true. You can use a wagon, tug it along on wheels, but it's less iron to get some help with stuff like this, and Grace volunteered. I was happy to lend a hand to my BFF. It's a good opportunity. A good opportunity to just chat and relax, you know? Oh, am I interrupting chat and relax, friends? Nah, it's fine. Something grabs Jinx's attention, her eyes looking down to her phone while Grace continues folding black t-shirts. Grace, that car you were talking about? The Asimov? Yes? As Jinx turns her phone around to show the news headline. Self-driving car, kills driver, in accident. Alarmed Grace nearly drops the shirt she was folding.
Oh, no.
Says here, though, swerving to avoid someone who screwed up and drifted out of their lane, someone would have died either way. Still not great for Asimov.
Aww.
That's really disappointing, even beyond my condolences for that poor man behind the wheel. A lot of us in the AI development community were really pulling for the Asimovs, but it says a lot of our infrastructure and transportation problems. Maybe they can fix the bug and the negative PR won't squish the project entirely?
I'm not sure about that.
Doubtful. Problem is people. Any idiot humans on the road introduce X-facts that an Asimov can't always solve for. If you're wondering where the term Asimov is from, it's a reference to Isaac Asimov. He wrote the initial three universal laws of robots or something. If you've seen Bicentennial Man, they included those. I don't know the rules off the top of my head. Sometimes I think people can't be trusted with cars. We're too reckless, too stupid, too inattentive for these high-speed metal bricks. But sometimes you don't have a choice. It's easier than trying to use public transportation. And where I live, public transportation is not the greatest. Yeah, that's why I don't own a car. I'd be unsafe at any speed. I'm guessing any AI would have difficulty solving the old trolley problem. I don't think I've used this before, so let's go ahead and check it. So the car swerved, someone died. The car didn't swerve, someone died. Sounds to me like an ethics problem. Probably not in the wheelhouse of an AI to have a definitive solution to one of the classic philosophical conundrums, right?
Can't agree to that.
I agree, but it was a human driver accidentally drifting into the lane that caused the accident, not Asimov. Blaming the AI for some idiot's mistake, no. Personal responsibility has to hold fast. Sometimes I think if every car was run by code, it all flows smoothly, optimally, safely, even if America will never give up driving. Yeah, that's unlikely. Even aside from one's independent spirit and freedom of movement, people don't trust AI yet.
That's unfortunate.
And sadly, this incident won't help Asimov's chances at acceptance in the mainstream. go with this one. That's no reason to give up. The industry just has to keep pushing forward despite the haters. Hey, don't let this get you down. Every technology faces setbacks. If they keep pushing forward, they'll get there, one day. The public is still thinking killer robots from the future, but that'll pass, especially if we don't give up. Exactly. We need to keep trying, learn from our mistakes, and move ahead. I just hope that this doesn't result in defunding the Asimov project. The intersection of progress and capitalism can be weird. Yeah, definitely. I suppose it depends on what form the progress takes. Progress in terms of military technology has sure grown. Progress in other areas, not so much. I love science. I love science, not in that goofy OMG science rules way you see on baseball or Twitter. I am a firm believer in both the human spirit and the ability to improve upon the human condition through science.
That's wonderful.
Robotics, biohacking, space exploration, everything. There's a bright future ahead of us if we're willing to put old attitudes aside and reach for it. With the last of the laundry folded, Grace packs her clothes up in a plastic laundry basket. I feel better now, and I'm sure Asimov will bounce back from this. Good to hear. Good to hear.
See you later.
Jesus, just on it. Grace and I gotta drag this stuff back to my place. Okay, but come back in time for team practice. I'm sure the FOD2 machine will be available soon. Won't be gone long. I literally live 3 floors up in the apartments over TCS. Oh, hey, that's handy. Definitely. Domino and Zapper are still playing, so it's off to see someone else. Who's next? Let's go with Foxley. Foxley's practicing his prize catching, but looks bored. Foxley's in his usual spot, practicing catching plush toys with the dodgy crane apparatus. But he's lackluster in his approach, with a little flair. Maybe he's smiling, but compared to how he played yesterday, he's just a shell of his swashbuckling self, going through the motions. Hey, how's it hanging and catching? Huh? Oh, got it. 'Tis but you. Pardon my shock reaction.
An unpleasant business, this?
It's been a rather unpleasant morning for me. I fear I am not at 100 today. It's cool. What's on your mind? Crime. Specifically, the nature and definition of crime. Pretty sure it's stuff that breaks the laws. Yes, and who creates those laws? Who has the power and how is it given to them? Who gives it to them and why? Last night, a massive archive of abandonware was taken down by DMCA strikes. That's a thick load of geek speak for old software nobody is supporting anymore, removed by threat of legal action for copyright violations. That's annoying. I know there's been fan fiction that's been taken down for that reason. And before the archive of our own came into being. Crap, which one? The Understore. Damn, still a few old MS-DOS games I've wanted to download from the Understore. Did anybody mirror the files?
Most unfortunate.
But those archives are private now for fear of further retaliation. These games were part of our shared cultural history, Justana. We got pulled from storefronts due to other illegal nonsense. Literally, the only way to play them was via an illegal archive. Without that, they'd be lost forever to the winds of history. Copyright in its current form only exists because a certain mouse, whose name dare not be invoked, pushed hard for legal changes to ensure infinite dominion over their valuable rodents. Yep. I am not saying exactly what he's referring to, but I hope most people figure it out.
Unacceptable!
And the DMCA, created by ill-advised fools in 1990, gives those corporations the power of private police action to do with as they please. You feel my concern as well, yes? This is me. This is definitely me. I don't know that I want this one. Or this one. because I don't want them to not have an opinion on this. It's just I don't know what the opinion should be. Let's put this one. It's a bummer. You know those comic book fighting games we made a few years ago? They were gone from digital storefronts a few years after release due to licensing issues. I'd be perfectly willing to fork over $20 for it if they'd let me. The only way to play it now is illegally on an emulator. Indeed, you see, the crux of the issue.
I admit to disappointment.
And thus, to be a game historian is to be a criminal. There is no other way, and that is a shame. Besides, going against the crane game heavily. I mean, if you think about it, when I had Commander Keen, when I originally was playing it, it was off a copy that a friend of the family made and gave to us. So technically that was illegal, because you're not supposed to do that. But he did it anyway. But now we don't even have floppy drives for it anyway. So technically we were criminals, but we didn't care because we got to play the game. Sometimes I wonder if I've involved myself far too deeply in matters such as these. I'm a member of, let's say, activities I take part in for my activism, all while trying to support the wild things, support all my friends. Where's a man fit in time? This life, this modern society we live in, has become rather overcomplicated, has it not? I wouldn't say it's become overcomplicated, it just seems like it, because things always seem so simple when they're done. As you get older and understand more about the world around you, it's not that simple anymore. But it was never simple, we just didn't see it that way until we got older and understood what we faced. So many noble causes, so many difficult boundaries to mind, some to be watchful of, others to cross boldly. I know I'm but one man. I don't subscribe to the great man theory of history. It takes a movement, not a man, to affect change. Thank you. That is one of my pet peeves with history, is that great man theory, because that's definitely something we've discussed in my history classes, is that history is not about the important people. It's not about the leaders. Like, it's not about the presidents, it's not about the kings, it's not about the queens, the emperors. It's about the people. History is made up of the people that live it. And there are more people that simply great leaders than everyone knows. I want to do my part. Use the privilege I was born with for societal betterment. Step right over lines others may not be able to risk crossing. Yeah, because you see, he's really Caucasian and a guy. So he doesn't have to worry about being a minority, except maybe in terms of, just 1 second. My headphones had to charge. But yeah, he's clearly a white. He's a white man, so he wouldn't be automatically judged based on his appearance the way someone like Grace would. Because as a black woman, she faces not only discrimination based on being black, but also discrimination based on being a woman. So, being a black woman, she faces an intersection of prejudice. If you don't see it in the game, but I'm sure it would be there. And Queen Bee addressed that in the first game, but she talked more about the sexism. She didn't talk about being facing any prejudice based on her race. But she was clearly brown. She was clearly she's clearly not white. So she probably faced prejudice based on that as well. Even if that can be rather draining at times. I'm guessing you mean more than just sitting around pondering sociological theory when you say it's draining. Oh, absolutely. I'm not sit back and like the baseball pose to feel like I've done something of grand importance. You know, I challenge the esteemed established arcade elite by exploiting predatory games of chance, which involves some sketchy, dangerous work. alongside other activities regarding which it'd be best if you remained in the dark. But as noted, it's tiring giving so much of myself, even if I feel I must, even if it wears down my mental health in the process. Let's go with this one. I get that it can run you down, but it also can rise you up, right? Energize you, get you ready to go out there and right some wrongs. I see you as a sort to promote, I see you as a sort of swing into action when the call to adventure is sounded. Indeed, it does energize me. I suppose I should consider that, in these darker times, I have the capacity for a great light, and let that guide me through.
I shall rise to this challenge.
Indeed, that is what I shall do. I will not bend, I will not yield. Thank you, my friend, your encouragement is appreciated. Fresh invigorated, Locksley stretches out his arms and muscles, rolling his deck a bit. I think I'll resume my practice until it's my turn on SD2. Let me know when the game's free, yes? You got it. Here we don't have more than one machine. We could have another if we're willing to cross a few boundaries. But this domain belongs to Lord Ben and Lord Manton. I'm not sure against them. We'll simply have to find alternatives. And never know what alternatives. We'll see. Okay, seriously, what is taking so long? Domino and Zapper should have completed a few matches by now. Curious, I decided to go check in on them. Oh boy. Arriving at the Saturday arcade, I see that everyone else is sort of watching from the sidelines. Curious, I joined the fringes of the group to see what's going on.
That's the third time I've been ganked. Domino, get your skinny ass up here and defend me.
Can't talk, swarmed by ninja. Or ninjas? Do you pluralize ninja, or is ninja already plural?
I'm not sure.
Shut the up and help me. We're gonna lose this match if you don't get your act together.
I didn't exactly see you diving into my lane to save my bacon when they roasted me in round 1, Zapper-chan.
I'll bail you out when you learn the difference between your joystick and your...
Okay, Zapper, that's a little uncalled for. Oh, good, they're fighting. Just what I was hoping for. Some interpersonal drama to sort out.
Finally, you decide to stop twiddling your thumbs and dive my lane. Honestly, Domino, you've got the speed and grace of a garbage truck.
Are we trash talking then? Is that what's expected of me? Okay, I can trash talk. Because you've built your life entirely around this game while pushing your friends away, you're probably going to die alone and unloved. In a decade or so, your reflexes will be too shot to do the one thing you were any good at. You'll be like a high school quarterback who has nothing at the end of the road but alcoholism and loneliness. Also, you smell like poop.
I don't know, but just ending on that, you smell like poop is just so weird, but yeah.
Well, did I talk trash of sufficient quality to earn your admiration, Zapper?
Exactly 3 seconds of absolutely horrified silence follow as Zapper's expression swipes perfectly from terror to rage. And then she makes that rage known, rather directly. With distinctive anger, she uses both hands to give Domino a hard shove away from her, which causes him to stumble, trip over his ratty old backpack and dust on the floor, and fall on his rear. Everyone in the wild thing stands speechless as Domino sits on the floor with Zapper looming over him. And realizing everyone's staring, Zapper stammers, lips moving silently, before she finally blurts out a retort.
I quit. Screw this. Screw you all. I'm going home.
With determination, she shoves past the rest of the group on her way out the door to leave good, clean fun. Presumably forever.
Oh no.
Oh no, oh no, oh no. Grace, it's okay. Deep breath.
This can't be happening.
It's happening again. It's happening again. Isn't it? It's all coming apart. I should have stepped in. I knew this would happen. No, the one who should have stepped in quicker was me. Know what Domino is capable of. What Dapper is capable of. Let's go get a soda and relax a bit while they sort this out, okay? Okay. Right. Rock, paper, scissors, pen? 1 on 3. 1. What? I'm sad to say this is the first time those two have had a bit of an altercation. Or the first time Dapper quit the team. If she ever shoved someone, mind you, that's a bit of an escalation. So we're trying to figure out which one of us is going to take down Dapper and who's going to tend the Domino. It's only at that moment that I know Domino has indeed Slink. I think this should be Slunk. I'm not sure. Off somewhere, silently leaving the scene of the crime. Maybe, I should be doing this. I'm the manager, right? I need to manage my team. HR duties aside, it might help to hear it from us. We've known both of them for a little bit longer. Agreed. 'Tis an admirable suggestion, but it would be best if we handled this. We've done it before and have no qualms doing it again. And again, and again, looping in stagnation. That's why I'm here, right? Iris said they needed me. Even Zapper agreed that the team desperately needed fresh blood. If I'm not willing to step in here, this sort of thing is just going to happen again. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not for weeks, but at the very least I can overrule the rock, paper, scissors and take on one of these two by myself. Not by myself. I'm trying to take care of this, so I'm going to help you. I'm not only their manager, I'm their friend too. So I'm in. So Ferocity and Loxley gave me a calm nod. I then need to decide who I want to go after. Go back to Domino. Jack is a bit volatile, and you know her better than I do. Can you talk to her for me? I'll deal with Domino. Absolutely. Rhapsody and I are close to her. We can talk her down from this impulsive decision. We'll be back as soon as we can. Be gentle with Domino. He has some social boundary issues. Where does Domino go when he's feeling awful? Knowing him, the alley next to good clean fun. He won't go far. Best of luck, friend. As Loxley and Rhapsody depart, making for the subway, I head outside and around the building. To the alley next to good clean fun, where I find Domino squatting down next to a city dumpster, drawing circles on the cement beneath his fingertips. The afternoon sun peeking through the tall building feels warm on my skin, a question of confidence. This particularly difficult conversation I'm about to have. Hunched down, making himself as tiny as possible. I approach quietly, not trying to sneak up on him, just not really willing to barge in, somewhere in the middle of those two things. His face becomes a mask of cheer, announcing my arrival. That's obviously a false front. I mean, I think it is.
Hey.
Welcome to the garbage zone, where garbage people belong. I considered actually climbing into the dumpster, but who knows how many diseases and or use needles I'd subject myself to if I tried that. So, good place to be trashed, yeah? Domino, Becker had no right to fish you like that. Nah, I'm thinking she did. I pushed her buttons rather intensely, so I'd say I had it coming. That's the reason, right? Half snack gets hit. Cause and effect. No, I can't let Domino absorb all the blame here. He's unusually cheerful for someone who calls himself a garbage person, and that's a worrying combination. Now, this is a little too fussy, so we'll go with this one. Pretty sure you both pushed some buttons, Domino. At least share the blame. Okay, I'm willing to let you both shoulder some blame for that situation. Everything spiraled out of control pretty quickly. Doesn't make what she did to you right, or vice versa. So no, I don't think you're a garbage person, nor is that. You both made mistakes.
That's curious.
With people on both sides, eh? How very centrist of you. Not that I disagree, that was 9 times as messed up. But it still means 4.5 times as messed up on my fault, me and my screwed up self. Around his side, he pulls himself up and stands next to the dumpster and straightens out his coat.
My problem is, how do I put it? Emotional illiteracy, I suppose? Can't read the room. I say the wrong thing at the wrong time. Always.
I've been there, done that. It sucks.
Thing is, I see what people don't want to. Part of me wants them to see it too, so I'm not alone. alone and seeing how sick and twisted things really are. Don't get me wrong, I want to be hopeful. I want to be able to smile without it being a lie. But instead, I smile because I can see the real punchline of the joke. And you just gotta laugh because the alternative is to start crying and never stop. Zapper annoyed me. All those cheap little insults trying to get under my skin. I wanted to fight back. So, I got under her skin. I don't think she likes what I found there any more than I do.
He was trying to collect himself before he says something he'll regret. Again.
I think Zapper's right. Quitting the team is right. You know she only quit because she was horrified at what she did today, right? I can read her like a book. She's punishing herself. And maybe she's got the right idea. Maybe we should both leave. We're broken and strange and dangerous, and you don't deserve to be exposed to that.
Let's go with this one. So, like a doctor manager, it's my duty to help you two sort yourselves out. Sounds like to me like this is exactly the reason that the Wild Things hired me to be its manager. I'm the outside party. I'm the X-Factor. I'm here to make sure everybody gets along. You don't have to quit. You just need me to keep situations like that under control. I just need to do my job.
That's curious.
Very utilitarian. Not wrong, mind you. A bit cold and impersonal, but not wrong. You'd be willing to have me over on your team despite my many, many layers of deep psychological problems? Yes. Did I stutter? No, you did not. Okay, I'll stick around, on one condition. I need to know there's a friend here who can help me whenever I edge closer to the abyss. Someone who cares enough to put a hand on my shoulder and pull me back. And that's not your job to watchdog my defective brain. I'm not imposing demand on you. I just want to know someone will be there if I need help. I'm your friend, Domino. I'll be here for you. Okay. Maybe it'll work out. I should have my doubts, but you've got a weird aura about you, you know? Like you could really make this happen. So I'll choose hope, and hope it pays off. This eye, he releases the coiled up tension he was holding inside, and opens his eyes again, ready to face what comes next. Feel like we'll be back, dragging Zapper along with him soon enough. Shall we go inside and face the music? Together we head back inside, leaving the dumpsters far behind. So, despite these two having a bit of an audience on the deck collective, it's like they're in their own isolated world at the moment. So, correct. How you want to do this? Do I apologize and you apologize, or you apologize and I apologize? Or do we just apologize at the same time? Let's do that. Okay. You went for it. It's a terrible. I have notes. Now on, I'll try harder to keep my aggression and apathy in check. I'm gonna do better at stuff. So, I know that's mess, but we're still friends. Weirdo. Hey, don't call yourself a weirdo. Or mess than most people I know. So now I'll reserve my trash talk for a week of disrespect you. I think we better stop there before this gets any more touchy-feely. I don't mind touchy-feely, but that's cool. We got it all out. I'm good now? We good. But their last words spilled all over the floor. They seemed satisfied with themselves. Even if I could only follow about half of that. That really spreads to the rest of the team soon after.
That sounds great.
Thank goodness, maybe things can get back to normal now. Better than normal, I'd say. Didn't even have to force the apology on us after this time. Wanted to have a cohesive team, and I think we just got extra sticky. I'm happy we were able to resolve it all.
Marvelous.
Indeed, together we are an unstoppable force. We must endeavor not to allow strife to start again. A very upbeat note to end on, even if team dysfunction led us to need an upbeat note in the first place. Really naive of me to hope that I could just join a team, kick some butt, and win the glory. Real world relationships are never quite that clean. They take work. Yes, they do. So I've clearly brought Domino a bit further than ever before. Maybe my words will help break whatever cycle they were stuck in. Now, refocus the team. Okay, practice time, the wild things. Great to see everything worked out, but let's not forget why we're here today. We've only got one FOD2 machine, so we'll have to take turns. Let's see.
Hello.
Pardon the interruption. May we barge in unceremoniously? You want to play FOD2 next? What? No, we come back again. And then managed to put treasure in envelope form. Matt presses a sealed document into my hands, printed on the sort of paper you normally reserve for grand historical declarations. It even has an official-looking seal with a fancy letter H embossed in the last. H. Are we being summoned to a tribunal of some sort? Do I need a lawyer and a powdered wig or a designated second for trial by combat? Even better, you're being invited to a local game tournament. A very exclusive one being hosted by an old friend of ours. Since your triumph over Team Play to win is really opening doors. It doesn't open those doors to just anyone, you see. A legendary figure in arcade culture lurking beneath the surface, only emerging for impromptu and spectacular galas of gaming delight. And you're invited to his latest affair. Isn't that nice?
Well, look at you.
Well, I was impressed at your ability to make an impression. I'm colored. I'm impressed. Curious, I break the seal and read the letter. Greetings, so wild. Thank you. I summoned forth this evening to do battle against other mighty warriors and claim riches untold. To participate in this exclusive tournament, come to the arcade surplus warehouse on 23rd Street by sundown. Those who arrive late shall not be admitted. The prize at the end of this furious battle, their very own Sister Discover 2 machine. This invitation allows Jessona and a partner of their choosing to participate in the main tournament. However, the rest of your team is encouraged to accompany you and frolic in the festivities. There shall be plenty of social amusement and hot competition for everyone. May the odds be ever in your favor. Signed, the benevolent benefactor, Hamza. Yay! Hamza! What's a Hamza? Is it a new kind of pizza? No. I'm pronouncing it because I know how it's pronounced, but they're probably pronouncing it Hamza. The second H is implied. Hamza is a legendary game finder and auctioneer. Normally he sells the trades for the games he acquires. But since he's at the tournament to let play games. Okay, this could be a big for us. He's saying, hey, perfect way to get a new team off the ground. It's a hell of an opportunity. Practice will go far. Okay, we accept the invitation. Let's do this. Ended. Wonderful. See our work here instead. Away we go. Listen up, team. If you want to network with local pros and play some games, tag along. Sounds like everybody can come. I believe I'll bow out of this one.
Most unfortunate.
I'm afraid I have other affairs to attend to on this fine eve, but I shall wish you the best on your path to glory. Okay, sure thing. I bet he's fired out so quickly. Maybe he's got plans to get banned from a few new arcades, or he's joining a midnight playtest or something. Granted, I've only seen him in an arcade context. I have no idea what he does in his actual free time. Not sure I'm up for playing in a tournament tonight. Travel's rough on me, especially between, what did I say? A warehouse? Dachi. It's okay, Jinx. You can just hang out a bit, head home whenever you want. I'm not sure this is my thing either, honestly.
Let's do this.
So we'll still come with you, just son. Slide the team colors, shake the pom-poms, whatever. Absolutely, for the wild things. Okay, so that means I'll be teaming with, Rick Rhapsody, but even things ended well with that. Now, their own devices together, might be risky. But I'll tag team with one of them tonight. Who should I enter the tournament with? So, since I picked Domino for the mission, I'm gonna pick Zapper. Zapper, you're with me. Let's huff and puff and blow their house down.
Can't beat my pure awesomeness.
I'm down to be the big bad wolf. Count me in. I'd love to win us a second FOD2 machine. No glory for Domino, it seems. Overlooked again. So sad. So tragic.
Fair.
Domino, you can stick with me tonight? We can watch our opponents from afar and get the Sun and Zapper the inside scoop. Oh, I'm not complaining. I love being picked last. So anything to delay getting in my confession from a dodgeball a few moments longer. No, Domino. I think I'll head home, actually. It's been a weird day, and I could use the time to de-stress. You wacky kids have fun. You hear? Sounds like I've got a plan now. Let's practice a bunch, grab some dinner, and hop a train to this event. We will destroy all in our path. We will take what is ours with fire and blood. And hey, have fun, okay? With a team spirit restored from this morning's incident, the wild things get to work preparing for the tournament to come. As the sun starts to set, we make our way over to the warehouse where the tournament will be held. First, I wonder if we have the wrong address. This is a largely empty and industrial part of town. We're surrounded by empty factories, condemned buildings, and artifacts of last decade's expansion. But the doors to the warehouse are open. There's light and noise and talking coming from inside, so either we stumbled across a rave, or we're right where we need to be. Nope, still looks creepy and disturbing from the inside. The dumping ground for old arcade games, someone's long-forgotten treasures trove, now being used as an underground fight club. I hate to think of what sort of eight-legged monstrosities lurk in every darkest corner of this place, waiting to consume living souls. Everyone would agree with that. They do not like spiders. Unlike me, my teammates are mostly unfazed, split off into their own small groups, using Grace to find somewhere they can relax and have a good spot to do the games from. Rhapsody said they wanted to check in on some casting friends, leaving me and Zapper alone. I turned to my teammate, not exactly sure what to make of this place. Is this really what arcade tournaments look like? I mean, my involvement in real-life competitions mostly consists of watching Evo from the comfort of my bedroom, but this seems messy. And possibly massively haunted.
Awesome sauce.
Oh man, this is some old-school magic. I once attended a tournament, which was a couple of people huddled around a laptop hooked up to a makeshift back alley power outlet. You got speed the rougher around the edges, the better. You can keep the glitz and glamour of televised esports events. I want the scene. Huh, so this is more grassroots than the stuff I'm used to then. So grassy you can practically feel it protects your toes. This is good for us, Justina, good for the wild things. We needed to get out of our comfort zone. I'm currently pretty freaking far from my comfort zone. I know it's fall and pumpkin spice is all the rage, but it's not Spooktober tween day yet. In fact, I felt a bit paralyzed just wondering by the entrance of the warehouse, not wanting to wander too far into those darkened depths. Fortunately, or unfortunately, someone found us and approached anyway, despite my lack of desire to go any deeper. Well. Look, Chad, we've got ourselves some genuine celebrities at this event. Lance and Chad from L7 Gaming. They used to be white hot 5 years ago. I haven't picked up any noteworthy wins since then. Aren't you two from that cute little gang that hangs out at a laundromat? Saw you on Fight Chat earlier. Right, the GBC team or something like that. Although I think they call themselves the Wild Things now. Well, isn't that special? So very, very special. I feel special inside just being in the presence of such a wonderful people. Take my advice, Justina. Go home. You don't deserve to be here. Great, haven't been here 2 minutes and we've somehow already made an enemy. Do I try to smooth this over or just run with it? Let's go with with this one. I don't know you and you don't know me, but if you got a problem with us, that's on you, not me. We literally just met seconds ago, and here you are hating on us. You got a problem with us, that's on you, not me. We haven't done anything to earn your loathing other than exist in the same space as you. So you want to maybe rethink that attitude? You were expecting them to react well to that, and look, they aren't reacting well. Seriously? I mean, just look at you. You're a conveniently diverse collection of gamers across all walks of life, like an after-school TV special. Can't even accurately describe you all because I'm not allowed to use those words anymore. They won't let me. Oh. Then words. And that's the real reason why you're making media waves. You make all the woke corporations, corporate journalists pat themselves on the back for talking you up. While you take the spotlight away from more deserving gamers. Oh boy, this sounds like the guys who get hurt over something like a remake of Ghostbusters featuring all women. Exactly, this community was built for people like us. We're the ones who started it and made it grow. This is our club, not yours. No one wants you here. Exactly, and you think being play to win makes you big time? A fluke win is a fluke win. We know the real reason anyone gives a shoot about you. Exactly, you don't belong here, so run away, scrubs. Don't embarrass yourselves any more than you already have. Okay, I'm reasonably sure if I punched these idiots right here and now, we'd be booted from the tournament. These team Play to Win only hated us because we were losers in their eyes. These two hate us merely for existing. Stop is grinding her teeth loudly enough for it to be audible, but she's holding herself back with considerable difficulty. You know what? I'm kind of feeling like carrying these to a new butthole by dropping some truth bombs. That could be fun to watch, actually, but is it hypocritical of me to really want her to lay into these guys after what happened this morning? Or could this be considered just desserts for someone who's as toxic as these two jerkwads? Okay, normally I would tell Zapper not to, but we're going against type, so lock and move, Zapper. Feel free to rant. I say open fire. Righteous. Alright, you two. And immediately that built-up head of absolute rage explodes in chuckles and then outright laughter. I'm sorry, it's not even worth it to flatten these two idiots. The Elton Gaming used to be red hot. They were on top of the heap until they made the dumbass mistake of passing their only woman player. Which woman player could that possibly be? See, they saw Queen Bee as nothing but eye candy. They didn't recognize her skills. I will agree on the eye candy part. I have played Queen Bee's route in the first game, but it's not part of the backstory for this game. Well, that worked out for you anyway. Oh, right. Queen Bee dished your ass and went out to form the four heavenly kings, replacing you on the ladder. Nowadays, the only way else is relevant is to appeal to the toxic sludge of the internet. That little niche of a slice of a fraction of a percent of the culture is their fan base. Attitude is a sad, outdated relic of a bygone age. The rest of the scene is so far beyond you that you can see the curvature of the earth from where you stand. I'm sure all 6 of your fans will cheer you on as you talk down the nasty woman who wasn't scared to tell the truth. And hey, have fun with that, okay? You have fun. I love that she doesn't let her anger get the better of her. She just explains exactly why they're wrong. And it's completely calm about it. As for me, I can't even get properly angry. You're just nothing. Come on, Jasana, let's get registered for the tournament. I'm done with these two nobodies. The 2 members of Elfin Gaming just stand there, livid with violent rage, as Zapper turns her back to them. I'll freaking kill you, you little... And just when I fear we're going to have 2 physical altercations in one day, the billowing switch of a cloak temporarily blinds me.
Hamza demands your attention. This hostility will cease immediately. You have made your viewpoints clear. Hamza will not tolerate violence at his tournament.
But they said...
Silence, whelp. Hamza cares not who started it, who is the villain, who is the hero. All that matters at this moment is the iron will of Hamza, Chad and Lance of L7 Gaming. The only reason Hamza tolerates your intolerable presence is because, sadly, Hamza owes your manager a favor. But should you make Hamza regret this act of hospitality, your suffering shall be legendary. Does Hamza make himself clear?
What?
Does Hamza make himself clear?
Yes, sir, Mr. Hamza.
Good. Now, be gone.
Hamza gestures for them to depart, and the two members of L7 scatter like cockroaches at the foot of the kitchen rank. Somehow a very fitting description.
Now, with old business settled, let us make way for new business. Hamza welcomes his new friend from Good Clean Fun. Welcome, welcome. Any friend of Ben and Matt is a friend of Hamza.
Huzzah! Yeah, hi, on behalf of Crimson Tiger, the Wild Things would like to join your tournament, and...
No. There is time enough for such trivialities later. But for now, let us talk and converse, as friends do. Hamza seeks to know all newcomers to the arcade scene. And rest assured, Hamza remembers all names, all faces, as well as all favors and debts. Nothing escapes the mind of Hamza. To that end, Hamza apologizes for the difficulties with L7 Gaming. They are only here due to an unfortunate intersection of favor and debt.
Okay, I'll be right back. I need to take care of something. Okay, I'm back. Hang on.
Hamza had intended the four heavenly kings to make an appearance, but alas, Queen Bee was unavailable, and L7 is a poor substitute.
Yeah, definitely. Considering they treated her so badly.
Please, be assured that your inhospitable welcome weighs heavy on Hamza's spirit, and Hamza shall do all in his power to correct the matter. Now, let us engage in pleasantries. What can Hamza do for you? What desires can Hamza grant for his new friends?
Ooh, I like this guy. Can we keep him? Hamza is not for sale or rent, but Hamza can be bartered with for favor. Really? What's a girl gotta do to get a hot date with you on a luxury yacht? You look like the kind of guy who could spoil me rotten. Hamza is no stranger to wealth, but those who seek to share his indulgences must prove their worth.
Show Hamza your spirit!
You are a doctor, yes? Hamza has heard of your burning spirit. Are you ready to show Hamza what you're capable of, young woman? Absolutely. Put me at the proving grounds, and I'm in. And you just got a manager of the Wild Things. Hamza knows you well. They see your 11 different social media feeds. Note to yourself. Seriously, stop signing up to different websites. So, first off, I should probably apologize for us voting on L7 like that.
Why? You stood your ground against bullies. You and your ally showed Hamza the strength of your character, unyielding, even in the face of the storm.
Yeah, but if you're looking to encourage a friendly and welcoming environment, we didn't exactly help with that.
Hamza understands your confusion. To all things in life, there must be balance. Peace and war, tolerance and intolerance, what battles you fight, and how they are fought. These are key. Hamza has no objections to your self-defense against an unjustified foe. You did not cower, and you did not shy away. Be proud. But had you reacted with primitive violent force, then Hamza would have been disappointed. It would be too simple and likely ineffective. You understand this perspective, yes?
I think so.
Excellent. But please, let us talk of happier things, now that the matter is settled.
So in terms of desires, at this point all we really need from you is to sign up for your tournament. Unless we're such good friends that you consider simply giving us an FOD2 machine.
Ha ha! Ha!
No. Hamza also seeks to measure the fire within worthy individuals. If it is Hamza's prize you seek, you must win it fairly. It was worth a shot. And Hamza enjoys her display of confidence. So are we in? The wink Hamza brings his hands together in a clap. Certainly, Zasada and Zafar officially entered into my glorious tournament. Understand you are sponsored by Crimson Tiger Energy Drink? The music must bend towards capitalism. Hamza shall provide you with beverages to consume on camera. You will even substitute the actual fluid for a fluid of your choosing. A clever subterfuge. Nice trick.
Such cleverness.
Indeed, Hamza values cleverness. And throughout the tournament, Hamza promises to cheer on your triumphs and feel sorrow at your losses. I glance around at the ruined, abandoned arcade this glorious tournament is to take place in, slightly confused with the contrast between it and Hamza's posh clothing. The fact not lost on him as he nods in apology. The rather messy surroundings are unfortunate, Hamza will admit. But Hamza assures you there are no horrible dangers lurking in the shadows. Only hot arcade action awaits you. This warehouse belongs to an old foe, Gecko's Palace. They simply call themselves the Palace now in an effort to save face. But Hamza knows the enemy no matter what face they wear. So something I keep forgetting to ask because I'm on the Arcade Spirits Discord. One of the devs is actually part of that and talks with us. Keep forgetting to ask if this warehouse is where you and the ghost monsters hung out. I don't think the dev is in the stream right now. Hamza purchased the entire lot before it was to be thrown in a junkyard. So many rare arcade treasures saved from the clutches of death. But Hamza cannot simply give these gems away. No, on this night they must be earned through righteous combat. I see, so it's not just an FOD2 machine being competed for? All manner of things are up for grabs should you be worthy. Are you worthy, my friend? Sure enough, I can spot side tournaments with Hamza's assistants taking down names and registrations. We may end up walking out of here with more than just an FOD2 if the others from the wild things join in. Let this crucible test your strength, Justana. The strength of you and your friendships.
Please, excuse
now, if you'll excuse Hamza, there are other matters to attend to. May the odds be ever in your favor. Congratulations, reference, no surprise there. That's an easy one. And with a whoosh of his cloak, he's gone, leaving behind only the scent of bergamot and pine.
Awesome.
Now this is a party. I didn't realize there were all these tourneys going on. I wonder if I could enter a light gun competition and still have time for equity too. Double queuing? How decadent. Might be a jiggly knack, but if you think you can do it, go ahead.
Later.
Sweet. I'll catch up with you when FOD2 starts up. Later. I'm not too keen on entering any of the other tournaments. I'd rather just stick with FOD2 for now. So I can wander around this decaying ruin and see what's going on. Where do I want to go first? As I said before, we have 4 options but only 3 we can actually talk to. So, wait, my rival is here? I could have sworn I saw Finnegan's face in the crowd over where the side tournaments are. I should investigate this for science. I swim awkwardly through the waves with people to the side tournaments. There are all kinds of different setups, from the warehouse's stock arcade cabinets to old CRT TVs with consoles. I eventually find Finnegan participating in a Power Stone tournament. He's currently in the hot seat. I had never heard of Power Stone before this, so I'm lost. I'm not going to lose to you. That's what you said last time, too. Finnegan's smirk widens as he flicks his wrist and inputs a combo that utterly destroys his opponent. Listen, maybe if you train harder, you'll beat me next time. But I highly doubt it. Defeated, actually the boys too upset that they were completely decimated. Instead, they're laughing and smiling like they just won the lottery. Finnegan extends a hand for a handshake and then sweeps them into a giant hug. I can't say I'd be content with a loss like that. Although I certainly wouldn't mind being swept up in Finnegan's arms like that. They have a quick exchange of words before more people joyously surround Finnegan. Now, the whole lot of Power Stone players are actively ignoring their buttons and screens and entirely focused on Finnegan, trees and hoods all around. Really now? Him? Finnegan has the ability to make friends outside his team? Wild! So well, my eyes are locked onto him and my mouth hanging agape. And that's when Finnegan notices me watching him, blinking his brows furrow as he approaches me. What exactly are you doing here, Justana? You're following you in your every move. Research. That's a little too creepy. I'm trying my best to understand the arcade scene. We got invited by Hamza. This is my first arcade tournament. Honestly, I really don't know much about the community or how it works. I'm using the downtime in between that just to check it out, familiarize myself with it, maybe learn something. Knowing the scene is important, obviously. I'm impressed you actually got to learn something new. And then it hits me. It's just Finnegan. I don't see any of his teammates walking around, mocking people and burning things like they did not so long ago at Good Clean Fun. Interesting that the best in the league isn't here right now. Did you not get the invitation? Finnegan twitches annoyedly when I prod them. We, as in P2W, did not. Not that it matters. P2W doesn't have time to go to every local tournament. We have much bigger fish to fry. Besides, the prize is just an arcade cabinet. We already have 2 in our penthouse. Why would we need another? And yet, here you are, not with your team. I'm not married to them, Justana. I do get free time, you know. And where I go and what I do in my free time is my business, not theirs, and not yours. Fair enough. This has a bit of a touchy subject for him, and we aren't at each other's throats for once. I keep it civil and move along the conversation. So, Firestone? Freaking cocks an eyebrow suspiciously. You seem good at it? Aha! Is this your idea of challenging me to a money match? I accept. Finnegan pulls out a $100 bill from his pocket and raises it above his head. Can you even afford to money match me? I'm not challenging you for money, Finnegan. I haven't even played this game. Why would I put down a hundo when I know I'm going to lose? It's for the thrill, Justana. Finnegan brings his hand to his cheek and slowly drags it down, only to rest on his clavicle. A shiver jolts down my spine as I imagine those hands playfully running across my body, caressing me. Someone save me from my own thoughts. The excitement to get to play alongside me. His lips curl wickedly, eyes floating between me and examining his fingernails. My core temperature rises from all the built-up tension. The eyes betraying me. I feel like I could burst at any second. The adornment of having me dominate you. My face violently flushes, and Finnegan merely laughs in response. Fine, it seems we'll have to save the money match for another day. Finnegan takes the $100 bill and places it back in his pocket. I've avoided a humiliating loss for my rival this time around, but that still doesn't stop my curiosity about this whole ordeal. How long have you been playing? Do you know all these people? What exactly is the Stone of Power and how do I wield it? You're very inquisitive, Justana. Normally, divulging this kind of information would go against my better judgment, but because I'm in such high spirits, I'll indulge you. I've been playing it since I was but a child. Finnegan takes a moment's pause, reflecting on his memories. My first arcade title, nevertheless. This is what drew me into this world of arcade competition. I feel slightly ashamed, being an adult and never having seriously gone into an arcade until playing fun. I would spend the entirety of my allowance in arcades. I even stole money from the swear jar just so I could play longer. I started out by playing my favorite characters, desperately memorizing their moveset. Eventually, I beat the game. Was that enough? Megan holds his forehead in his hand. No, I craved more. Even one so young as myself knew from that moment this was my new life. This was the life I chose. I knew that Finnegan could be a bit overwhelming on the stats-o-meter, but I've never seen him talk like this. I didn't continue uninterrupted. I left a life where no one cared about me. Finnegan pauses abruptly as a wave of nervousness crosses his face. Just as suddenly, he snaps back to his normal haughty attitude. Regardless, these are not gesturing for the people behind him. This is my family. I've grown up around these people. I've made friends here, friends that will last me a lifetime. The bonds here are stronger than those tied to blood. It's been the one community I come back to time and time again. They've always helped me. That is why I'm here. So, now you know my business, Justana. She's bitterly on the word. As I'm about to respond, hey, Finnegan, we're up! Another one of Finnegan's friends shows up. You spent half as much time practicing as you do flirting with cuties like them, you'd actually have a chance against me. That's fun. Finnegan shoots me an unbending look and turns away from me, leaving me in the lurch. Nope, I can't say I expected that response from Finnegan, so I'm surprised they sort of opened up to me. Finnegan is in this one-sided like that. I empathize with him. This time I've always seen one side of my rival, less cocky, arrogant, but this paints him in a whole different light. There's more to Finnegan than I thought previously. And on one level, I can relate to his feelings. It makes me curious to learn more. A very loud cheer from the Power Stone cabinet interrupts my thoughts, and I'm reminded that I should be getting back to my own tournament. I glance back once, watching my rival cheering happily amongst his family, and then I leave. Attention! Justana and Zapper to the tournament area for your next challenge. This is it, our first round. Fortunately, the matchup is pretty pathetic. A couple local casuals who got in by being friends with Hamza. We trounced them easily. Excuse me. Thankfully, unlike on Southern, it's all handshakes and smiles after. They were here just for the fun of it, and when I lose, got what they wanted. Even if I'm glad I won, instead of losing. Anyway, time for a break before the next round. Where to next? Let's go talk to Hamza and Rhapsody. We missed our earlier, so make up for it a bit here. I never thought an arcade tournament would be this busy, and even though Zapper prepped me for it on the ride over, it's just there's so much going on all the time. Luckily for me, all announcements and Hamza's speeches are made over a loudspeaker system, so it makes it easy to know exactly where and when to report for my next match. I'd be hopelessly lost without it. And as if on cue, I hear the melodious voice of Hamza booming from above. Hello, a thing gets I'm pretty sure the scratching sound and shrill feedback cry that was with all the length and pain, but not according to plan, nor the ominous silence afterwards. Well, that can't be good. I scan over the warehouse, make that player note Hamza and Rhapsody fiddling with speakers near the main stage. They both look very concerned. Maybe I could help them out, or at least find out what's going on, and wander over to them to investigate.
Hamza cannot entertain his guests if the sound system isn't working. How will we know where to go? How will we stay on track? Above all, how are they to hear the dulcet tones of Hamza's voice? I will not have my guests think Hamza cannot run a simple event without proper sound. My name shall not become besmirched by such technical matters.
That's not a good look.
Please, there's no need to exaggerate, Hamza. Your name won't be besmirched. I've run plenty of tournaments without a loudspeaker. It just creates a bit more work than your tournament organizers. But I'm sure we can have this up and running before finals. That's most important anyway. That is, if you stop zooming over me. I lean into the conversation, making myself known. Sounds like you're having a problem. Nailed it. Oh, hey, Jasada. Yeah, nice fun. You probably heard it, but the speakers just went on the fritz, and now they won't turn on. I'd like to get this working again ASAP, otherwise we'll have a pretty lackluster finale. Design may not be aware of this, but lackluster mustn't ever be a component of Hamza's aesthetic. #aesthetic. That is not the way. I could have easily guessed that. It is imperative that this is right again. Hamza is known as a fire that always burns in the FOD2 community. Really?
Nah.
Not really. Well, I should be. Just a keen sense that came within the FOD2 community and finds what devotion lectures in. Hamza yearns to keep it aflame. Clearing her throat, Rhapsody hopes to change the subject. Seems to topic at hand. Yeah. Can I have your eyes on this, just on? You're the resident PC pro. You might have a better idea of what's going on. Rhapsody motions for me to come in close. Sat down next to them to study the pile of computer gear. In return, Rhapsody speaks in sentences to me. In hushed tones, Rhapsody explains, I actually think I got the speaker issues covered. It's more of the Hamza issue I need help with. I cock an eyebrow in response. Don't get me wrong, Hamza's a wonderful human, couldn't ask for a better host for a tournament. But he's got the gift of gab, and I really need some time to focus. You might just distract him for me? I need like 5 minutes and I'll have this back online. Doesn't sound like I have much of a choice. Oh, you do. It's just a matter of how you do it. As I stand up, I decide just how I'm going to bend Hamza's ear. Hamza? Let's go on a date. I'm gonna pick that. I love that. What do you say? You, me, a date. You say? Hamza pauses, brings a hand to his chin, stroking his beard with contemplation. What I meant was, we could just get some coffee or something, or we could forget I ever suggested such a preposterous idea. No, a brilliant idea. It is? I mean, of course it is. Hamza claps his hands together, and a person instantly rushes over. Assistant, coffee, now! One of Hamza's legion of behind-the-scenes assistants gives a quick nod and screws off, so that doesn't adjust. One of his selectees a quick to diminish his soul's energy tank. So perceptive that you could see Hamza was in much need of a pick-me-up. Yeah, that's me. The record time, the assistant returns carrying a blanket, 2 sitting pillows, a thermos, and 2 coffee cups. He shakes out the blanket once before laying it upon the warehouse floor. The pillows follow, with coffee supplies arranged in perfect picnic fashion. No one turns their head in utter confusion. No one questions it. No eyes batted. I can only assume that stuff like this is the norm when Hamza's around. Jasana, come, sit with Hamza. I oblige and we sit. Hamza pours me a cup of hot coffee. I grasp it with 2 hands and take in the bitter set, waking up my senses. I would not be able to drink the coffee without something to sweeten it. Thank you. There's nothing, but I sense you would like to engage in conversation with me. Hamza gives you his full attention. Okay, well, do you hold the bed like this all the time? Much as Hamza can. It's my passion to bring so many hearts together under one roof at one time, eating for the same reason. Do you not feel the electricity in the air? The hype here is pretty palpable, yes. Does it not taste the victory? Well, I'm really hoping it will in the short run. If we can win here, can it happen? My words falter to find an adequate response, but it reminds me of the stakes at hand. It's a pretty decent price, isn't it, getting a brand new deluxe FOD2 cab just as wildly expensive as a cruise?
To answer this question requires me to ask one of you first.
Sure.
Good. Share with Hamza. What will my ambitious new friend do if this tournament becomes the crucible that forges your victory?
This one is the one least likely. Can't lie, it wouldn't mean the world to me. It would restore my confidence in my skills and encourage me to give it my all for future events. And with spirits lifted, I'm sure to pass it on to the rest of the team. Imagine a team with unbridled joy and determination. This is exactly what we need after today's event. Hamza nods slightly at my response.
Since you have answered from the heart, I shall tell you something from mine. A mere monetary reward for winning is not befitting of the competitive spirit. Hamza's prizes are gifts. Gifts to inspire, to share, to learn from. If If one gift can ignite the flame within the heart, if one gift can bring people together, there is no better reward than that. Hamza travels far and wide, all over the world, to find rare and exquisite gifts. It is important to find treasures to share with the esports community. For that is what keeps history and tradition alive. It inspires those within this world of pixels and joysticks to fight for what they cherish. And that inspiration, that is the true reward for Hamza. A reward shared with others. If Hamza can be the spark that lights one's fire, then Hamza will be satisfied.
I sip my coffee as I take a moment to reflect on Hamza's words. As I relax into my cushion, there is a loud voice overhead. Testing, testing. Oh, hey, we're back. So Hamza and Jasana, please report to the main stage. I repeat, Hamza and Jasana come to the main stage. Huzzah! Oh, Jasana, the tournament is safe. What a glorious day indeed. We both stand up, moving away from the blanket. I'm relieved. We should probably get back to Rhapsody, right? But what about all of this? Picture to picture a picnic in the middle of the floor. Worry not, Jasana, my friend. The assistants will clean it up for us. You see, she's done. What's done? And as I glance back to the picnic set, can't help but notice it has completely vanished in the time it took for me to ask that question. What? Wait. No. Let us depart. We'll make our way back to the main stage. Rhapsody smiles warmly at our approach. Hail Rhapsody, whose black voice is only matched by their sheer intelligence. Nonsense. Anyway, nice work. Rhapsody places a friendly hand on my shoulder. I'm going to prepare for finals. And Jasana, I better see you up on that stage. Rhapsody sneaks away into the crowd of gamers, leaving me alone with Hamza. Hamza must return to announcing as well. But before we part, let me impart these words of wisdom. Victory will never equate to happiness. With the flamboyant whoosh of his colorful cape, he turns from me and walks us back to the main stage. And I'm left alone. Weird note to end on, but I sure feel get ready for the next match, too. Attention! Jasana and Zapper to the tournament area for your next challenge. Round 2 is just a bit harder. An up-and-coming esports team, just like us, is still a solid victory thanks to Zapper's skill. The opposing team was visibly disappointed to lose, and I can sympathize with that. No one likes losing. Break time before round 3. Who to visit next? Okay, Grace or James? I'm torn. Okay. So, gonna pull out my dice. Here. I'm here. Here. First, my D4 was almost at the bottom of the bag. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. So we're gonna talk to Grace. It's tricky trying to track down Grace amidst all the gathered gamers, mazes of what it takes that arcade cabinets block every possible line of sight I could have used. Let's see, where would she be in this nest? Maybe I could deduce or work backwards from that conclusion. Are there any arcade role-playing games? Is that a thing? There's just so much I don't know about arcade culture. If I'm looking for the arcade equivalent of a slower-paced, logic-driven experience, maybe a puzzle game? Beeps and boops and sliding blocks draw me to a relatively uncrowded corner of the warehouse, where Grace is happily tapping the joystick, smiling away. Ah, here you are.
Hello.
Oh, Jasana, hi. Check it out. They've actually got Tetris, the Grandmaster 4. And it's even got the, thankfully, uncopyrightable Russian folk music the series is known for. Yeah, if you listen. Gosh, we're playing Tetris. I'm gonna take out once it starts getting really fast. So I would just, it got to the point where it's just too fast for me. Okay.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing? Yes. Alright, you're still a newbie. Well, and this is a particularly deep bit of nerdy lore. CGM4 never made it past prototype stage. They lost the license to the original game, and I'm amazed there's a prototype in this place. Although I wouldn't be surprised to find like the Ark of the Covenant Oblivious or some other legendary lost item in this place. Kinda creepy, isn't it? Oblivious. Uh-oh. Pretty sure the only real danger here is a crate falling on your head. I've been trying not to actually look at to avoid thinking about that. Let's talk about game lore. The rest of Texas were kind of, well, complicated. Like, seriously, wildly, confusingly Cold War drenched in complications. But I always loved the Grandmaster series. They're the most intensely difficult arcade puzzlers ever made, in my opinion. RPGs are kind of like tactical puzzles, so it makes sense. You love a thinking challenge. Makes sense to me. You love role-playing games, which are like puzzles, abstracted through combat and tactics. It's all about logic challenges. Exactly. I like games that make me think. Physical thought is just as difficult to train as physical prowess. You never skip leg day, and you never skip brain day. Puzzles and RPGs stretch different brain muscles, so it's good to mix it up, you know? It's healthy. So, how's the tournament going so far? Are you and Zapper kicking all the butts? Pretty good so far. We're still in the running.
That's wonderful.
Hey, that's great. Who knows? Maybe you'll actually make it to the finals. Not sure Dig how astonished she sounds at our current level of success. Hey, have you seen Jinx yet? God, this game and just sort of got sucked into it. Lost track of her in the process. I hope she's okay. This isn't really her scene, and I haven't seen anywhere she could comfortably sit down. Would you mind checking in with her at some point tonight? Just to be sure everything's good. I know some music got faster. So, there's music. Got faster. If I've got time, sure. I'm thinking I could squeeze in some social activity between rounds. Not a lot of it, but it's okay. If you don't have time, I could go find her once I'm done with this game, I mean. Last momentarily in thought, Grace looks up for exactly 23 milliseconds. The game is suddenly over.
Aww.
Poop. She can't even cuss. Or make herself cuss. Oh, wow. That went from good to bad in the blink of an eye. But yeah, the faster music means that the blocks are dropping faster. In case people... Well, if you haven't seen Tetris, you have different shapes of blocks, blocks for larger shapes. You have to basically arrange them so you get lines of, so you fill in lines on the screen, and the more lines you create, the higher your score, and then the game gradually drops faster and faster, and the music that's playing also gets faster to kind of emphasize how fast it's getting. So the fact that the music got faster in the background indicated that the game itself was getting faster. How the heck can you play so fast? I mean, I'm speedy with the keyboard, but I'm not that speedy. She steps away from the game for now to chat. Well, how do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice, practice, practice? Exactly. It's like any skill. You just need to do it. Do it until you can do it to the best of your ability. Everybody chooses the same way. I mean, that's how I see things anyway. Like I said, I don't care much about the competition. I'm just trying to play with friends and raise my skill level. That's the challenge I'm looking for. If I can help a friend improve their skills, and they help me in turn, well, that's a great feeling, you know? We're all in this together. Let Zapper and Loxley hug the glory. Jinx and I, we're in it for self-improvement. Hmm. Mm-hmm. There you are. Okay. Going out my D6 this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Four. Yeah, I want some of that glory too. Don't give it all to them. There's at least 3 on this gun that want a slice of that glory pie. Hope you're serving it up hot and fresh.
Of course.
Hey, you're welcome to it. It's not really my thing. I don't really like the spotlight anyway. We may be very different people, but I think we'll get along fine all the same. You can have your glory while I enjoy my challenge. Well, I've always loved single-player games, puzzlers, RPGs, platformers, long-form narrative games like visual novels. Kinds of experiences you can usually only get on game consoles. Actually, I'm not quite the arcade junkie as the rest of the wild things. That's okay. It takes all types to make up a good team. Diverse viewpoints, diverse ideas. Even if sometimes they come into conflict, like earlier today. Yeah, I know you were really anxious when that happened. I'll do my best to make the Wild Things an anxiety-free environment for you, Grace. And I appreciate that, even if, honestly, confrontations are inevitable. People disagree. It's the nature of humanity, and sometimes it gets heated, but, well...
I don't like confrontations.
My natural instinct is to go on hide until the shouting ends. Years of experience, I guess. But let's not talk about that. I just want to have some fun tonight, you know? Not dig up old messes. Okay, but if you do want to talk about it, I'll talk about it a lot. I talk about it a lot with Jinx, but like I said, diverse viewpoints, diverse ideas. You can chat too. They're going to announce the next round soon. You should get ready, if only so you have time to find your way in this maze of games. Right. Thanks, Iris. You're back, back in bed, and I figured it sense, of course. Yeah, already enough ghosts in this place, I think. Yep. We're getting there. Attention, just down on a zapper to the tournament area for the semi-finals. The third round is against a pretty famous team, actually, Wicked Prodigies, who were huge during the FOD1 days. That one was an intense fight, to be sure. Zapper and I barely squeaked out a win. But a win is a win. That puts us on track to the grand finals. And because the universe has a deep-rooted sense of irony, from the look of the bracket, our opponents will be Chad and Mass from our Southern Gaming. Of course! Great! Grand finals will be starting in 30 minutes. Fuel yourselves for this challenge, competitors! It's going to take Hamza and his crew some time to set up for the pomp and spectacle of the finale. Time to reduce some stress. Boy, come here. Got something I want to do. I'm so lost in my thoughts I barely noticed Zapper tugging at my arm. Curious, I follow. She leads me away from the gathering of gamers towards one of the darker corners of the warehouse, where random bits of arcade junk have been stashed away. Check this stuff out. It's like you smash up a dozen old-timey arcades and dish all the bits in one pile.
Perfect.
This is the old school, older than I am. Gotta respect the roots. Insane pizzeria paraphernalia, broken change machines, cardboard boxes full of prize ticket junk, and a full audio animatronic band of running robots with moth-eaten fuzzy costumes. Have you seen one of these things in action before? It's like adorable and creepy as frick. Dapper, I'd never set foot in an arcade before good play fun, remember? Man, you have missed out on a lot as a keyboard warrior. Arcades used to try all sorts of wacky gimmicks to get kids in the doors. I remember visiting Deco's house for my birthday party. Had all sorts of weird stuff there. Human gerbil mazes, ball pits, boots with ticket tornadoes, and robot bands that clunkily played whatever pop songs from the 60s they could get cheap rights to.
Awesome.
The policy even experimented with robots that can walk around and interact with guests. Cool, huh? You know, I think these things would freak me out if I was a kid. It's like a fuzzy version of the Terminator. Precisely. So why do you say we figure out how to turn one of these suckers on and squeak out heaven with it? Find a way to seek revenge without resorting to violence like I did against Domino. Something ultimately harmless but still psychological warfare at its finest. Okay, I would normally pick the first one, but we'll take the second. I have always wanted to unleash an unstoppable armada of mechanized destruction on my enemies. Yeah, okay, let's see bad guys. Wahahaha. Okay, before I get started, another pause. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay, evil last time is over. Robot fixing time is now. Right, how do we do this?
Thinking.
That's where you come in, actually. Dapper snaps her fingers and points to my phone. You've got an iris, right? I see you talking to her now and then. Crap, I was trying to be subtle about it, considering owning an iris is a federal crime. I am an iris. Please take your command. Beep boop. I am a simple computer. Nothing to worry about at all. The naturally Zapper doesn't give an airborne intercourse whether I'm breaking the law or not.
Nah.
Jill, I'm not going to narc on you two. I'm saying that a powerful AI hacker in your pocket can easily reprogram one of these bots. If we do that, we'll be able to sneakily deploy it to go jump scare the crap out of L7, and nobody will be the wiser that we did it. I mean, I know hardware enough to probably jumpstart one of these creepy things myself, but I was thinking it'd be safer if Iris did the heavy lifting. So what do you say, partner? You wanted to ride the shotgun with me on this, or are you going to be uncool? One of the first two. This is a resident myself. I'm pretty sure teach our future AI overlord to run wild in a digital playground is bad for the human race. Oh, come on, it's just I'll do it myself.
Huh?
Really? Wait, you know how to repair robots? Maybe? Probably? Look, I've been tinkering with my computer rig since I was in kindergarten. I'm sure I can improvise. My point is that I want to support you as a friend, but I also want to teach Iris right from wrong. It is true, irises learn from their owners. I want to deathmatch just on its moral compass.
I couldn't care less.
Okay, as long as we make L7 wet their pants, I don't care how it gets done. Let's get to work. It's like one of the fuzzy robots at random finding a USB port I can plug my keyboard into. Yes, I'm still playing FFA2 using a keyboard. Deal with it. For the robot we selected to be our unstoppable monster, well... The giant pink flamingo, we got a tag attachment reading Pinky. When I first saw which robot, I don't remember what kind of noise I made, but I think it was like a squeak or something. And the rest of at least my sibling and my brother were both like, "Are you okay?" Not the pinnacle of horror, yet still creepy in its own way. What the heck is this thing? It looks a bit less decayed and ancient compared to the others. This warehouse used to belong to Deco's Palace. My guess is the company bought out some small arcade and took the mascot costume, converting it to robotics. If you play the first game, you know exactly which costume this is. It's Ashley's mascot costume that they wore while they worked for the Funplex before Deco bought it. I'd say it's fitting to transform this poor thing into an instrument of revenge, considering it was purchased by a corporate trash bag. Yeah, I heard that Jekyll's house is in some legal hot water or something. Yep, their founder got tangled up in a bunch of scandals and fled the country, I think. Nobody knows where he went. The company rebranded as the Palace and eventually retired a lot of his old projects, like the robot mascots and stuff. But this is perfect. It's got what it takes to make Chad and Lance evacuate their bowels. The work over at Kunki for our purposes is slow, but seems to go well, leaving time to chat.
This is the stuff I live for.
What, reprogramming robots?
No.
Causing some chaos. Sorry. I didn't mean to talk over her.
Causing some chaos. People get too complacent, too willing to snuggle into their boring little lives, avoiding any risk, any excitement. I grew up in the suburbs outside the city. Dad grinding a paycheck 9 to 5, Mom playing happy homemaker, my brother being a high school football hero. If anything, they liked me playing video games because it kept me at home, kept me safe and sound in our quiet little house, isolated on all sides by well-manicured lawns. Naturally, I spent a lot of time as a kid running around, getting into fights and jumping in mud puddles and generally causing mayhem. Because I'd lose it from boredom if I didn't try to break out of that suburban cocoon of dullness. They hated it, of course. Hated my desire for freedom. Kept demanding I grow up, be mature, be responsible. Grounding me was their way of keeping me cooped up at home. The instant I turned 18, man, I was gone, and I haven't looked back. Now, I'm free. Free to do what I want, when I want, where I want. My crappy little apartment isn't home. The city is home. I take risks. And sure, I make mistakes which become learning experiences, but I never, ever shy away from the possibilities of life.
She glances over to me, studying my reaction.
I'm not expecting you to live my ideals. People are different. That's cool. I get that. Grace is very cocooned, but she's still a good person. A better person than me, really. Just, I want you to accept me for who I am. Okay?
I'm down with absolute freedom. Go ahead and make the city your playground, I say. I get it. You want absolute freedom? I'm down with that. I live independently myself. We're both young and wild and free, and this is the time to take advantage of that. Do what you want, Dapper. Make it happen. Thanks. I'm glad you can appreciate my nonsense, Justana. Dapper paused a moment before she grinned loudly at me, lips curling from ear to ear. Now, let us give our creation life. With lightning in her eyes and a push of a button, she powers up our flamingo-shaped death machine. And we watch it amble in surprisingly stealthy fashion towards L7, who are busy chatting away in a corner of the warehouse. So where do you want to get dinner at? We're finished trashing those losers. I'm thinking Chinese. When you hit their home turf, really rub it in their faces. And go ahead and screaming, not unlike a frightened deer. That noises suggesting massive psychological trauma. And the boys run for it, waving their hands in the air like they just don't care. I am satisfaction incarnate. Okay, now I feel sufficiently pumped up to take those two on in the final match. I don't even care if we win the tournament. That moment was enough of a stylish win for my needs. I mean, I still love to crush the tourney, don't get me wrong. Okay, Mischief Mash, shall we resume the video games? Sounds like a plan. I never actually saw that part when I was checking for bugs, but I deliberately avoided playing too many different versions because I still wanted to be surprised by some stuff. And I was surprised by that. And off we go to face our destiny.
It has begun! Friends, it is time for the grand finals. A fist of discomfort 2. Long have you battled, hard have you fought, and now your efforts have led you to Hamza's unyielding steel cage of death.
The boy's going to die. He's exaggerating, probably.
For both the meager physical reward of a professional grade Fist of Discomfort 2 machine and the absolute glory of victory within the eyes of your peers. Hamza welcomes our final 2 teams to rise to this challenge and claim their destiny. Step forward. From L7 Gaming, 10-year veterans of the esports scene, Hamza presents to you Lance and Chad.
I requested a delay on account of those bastards from the wildlies attacking us with the robot bird. The feathers.
Hamza cares not for your ridiculous stories and excuses. The match goes on. Do not dishonor yourselves further. And from an up-and-coming team, a pair of rising stars seeking to ascend the ziggurat of victory.
Zephyr and Justana. When you lie awake screaming at night with visions of pink flamingos in your mind, think of me. Oh, right. Now I need a cool quote. Let's see. I'm gonna hit you so hard the impact goes back in time and kills your grandmother. Bring it L7 will punch you so hard it goes back in time and kills your grandma. You leave my mean ma out of this.
Very well. Fighters, to your positions.
Both members of L7 brought their own joysticks, which they wire up to the game. Me, I start hooking up my keyboard. Zapper is content to develop joysticks like a traditional arcade jockey might. And with that, all 4 of us are ready. Sort of. I wish I'd done more research into L7's playstyle, so I knew how to counter it. With Team P2W, I knew pretty good strikes and Coda's techniques. With these 2, you have to assume they'll play aggressively, mixing up attacks and specials, probably launching their ultimate move early. They're angry. We'll use that against them.
And here we go.
Okay, so I did not write this down before.
Fight.
Okay, so okay. Alright. Okay, so, there, okay, so, according to your character, they're more likely to attack or special. Well, to counter an attack, we would need to defend. To counter a special, we would need to attack. So, it seems like attack would be our best choice, because even if they attack 2, they would be a tie. So we're going to attack. Just like get to work taking out ninja minions on my way to lab, and then attack directly using Kamikaze's fist, interrupting what would have been a brutal special move. If your attack beats their special, you win 160 points. Score now 160 to 0. They're totally favoring attacking specials, so too angry to properly defend. I can use that to my advantage. But they're also likely to launch their ultimate attack early in the match. I can save mine for later when they may be less predictable and I need a trump card. Or I can fire it out sooner and help you cancel theirs. What would be best? I wouldn't worry about using the ultimate because, yeah, they would automatically get 130 points, but then they wouldn't be able to use it again. So then we could use it later to guarantee us 130 points. So, again, we're going to go with an attack.
You've got to be kidding me. You're using that method. Damn metagame nerds.
Your opponent uses their ultimate, they earn 130 points. Okay, so they can't use their ultimate again. We're still winning. You notice that I have left with a bonus. There it goes. Right, because there was a bonus to attacks in the spring, there's a bonus to defense in the winter. So I'm going to go ahead and attack again, because it will definitely counter a special, and will at least tie with another attack, and they're not defending. So, both attack, it's a tie. You earn 30 points, they earn 30 points. Okay, so this is definitely closer than the match against Coda and your rival, in this case Finnegan. I don't think I figured out that whole you go ahead and attack. Okay, so this is also there's a bonus to specials. Let's go ahead and attack again. Both attack, it's a tie, you earn 50 points, they earn 40 points. So each time we're tying, we're still getting more points than they are. 250 to 200, the gap is slowly increasing. Are they seriously never going to defend against a single thing? It's just attacks and specials, attacks and specials. What can I say? They're idiots. Idiots do as idiots do. But be careful, they can mix it up eventually. With the nod, I focus on the game, trying to predict their next move. Okay, and let's stick with attack. Swiftly I get to work taking out ninja minions on my way to lamps, and then attack directly using Kamikaze's fist, interrupting what would have been a brutal special move. So he did special the first round and the last round, and then attack the middle two rounds. Your attack beats their special. You earn 140 points. Score now 390 to 200. So let's go ahead and do our ultimate.
You can't step to this with that weak-ass determination. Embrace the impossible. Fight God! Eat the sun!
Use your ultimate. You earn 130 points. Score now 520 to 200. And last, we reach the Sacred Dojo, the prize for the clan with the most honor being measured by points from punching people in the head. They've been largely predictable, but that ends now. Assume nothing and push through to victory. Oh, that's right. Wait. I think I miscounted somewhere. So, the punch ninjas all day, unfortunately, Lance has been defending hard against my attack. So we actually defended for once. Your attack loses to their defend. They earn a point. We're now 520 to 300. I don't think they're going to catch us. So, let's go ahead and attack.
Damn it! I'm not going to let you pull that trick on me
So
again.
they picked up on us using... Yep. So they picked up on us using the time. This is to their defend, they earn 100 points. Still not enough. 520 to 400.
You win.
Victory! Your team score 520, opponent score 400. So even with them defending that last round, didn't help.
GG losers. Y'all got that.
I like to have the other... Yeah, I know. They did say that Lance and Tad wouldn't be predictable at the end there, but wasn't enough. We had enough of a cushion that they couldn't win. It's like, I don't know if you've read the Harry Potter books, but in the fourth book, in the Quidditch game, well, when you play Quidditch, if you manage to catch the snitch, that's a whole bunch of points. And in the fourth book, there's a basically a World Cup, and the losing team managed to catch the snitch, but there just was too big of a gap in terms of the score between the teams that they weren't going to win. But they were still like, we're still going to catch a damn snitch. We won. We won! We did it! We beat L7 Gaming and won our own Fist of Discomfort 2 machine. No. No way. This is impossible. You can't get a fluke win and call it success. You've got to be cheating. This isn't that. It's that stupid keyboard, isn't it? You've loaded it with macros or something. Dude, careful. We don't want to get PTW'd by them posting a video of you ranting. The macro thing doesn't work from the keyboard. It coordinates with whatever game you're playing. So the macros only, you need to have them in the game itself in order to use them. Damn it, no. You won't catch us in that trap. Take the damn win then. It'll be the last one you ever have, and once the media's bored with patting themselves on the back, you'll be history. Come on, chat, let's ditch the stupid baby tournament for babies. Throwing them off changed nothing. Winning changed nothing. They're stuck in the same loop, repeating the same lies, again and again. L7 Gaming is the past, stagnant and stubborn. Wild things are the future, and I'm going to make that dream a reality. Nope. I did not expect them to know how macros work. I was just saying for the benefit of the people watching this.
Ha ha ha! Well fought and well won.
Hamza, you're the best.
My friend, Hamza grants you this boon. Your own personal Fist of Discomfort 2 machine. May you play in good health and with the good sportsmanship that won you this day.
PC Gaming is looking at weird arcane art no one knows. Magic! I do my best. I'm almost exclusively a PC gamer. I don't really like arcade games, mainly because my family could not afford the money that would be required to dump quarters into arcades. We prefer to spend our money on other things, usually computers. Maybe I am a victory addict. Maybe I invested too much in beating L7 and proving I belong here. Would I feel dissatisfied if I'd lost to them? But that's as much introspection as I can manage. My adrenaline rush, the rush of success, can't be a realist while feeling this damn good. This is an intense identity situation. You can only pick a response that matches your top 2 personality traits. This is definitely more my speed, so we'll pick this one. We came, we saw, we kicked their ass. Asses. Plural. I mean, there were 2 of them. Even if collectively it was like one team's ass, I think. How's the grammar work here exactly? Forget it. We rocked it, and that's all that matters, right? We're headed to the top.
Of this, Hamza has no doubt. But be warned, this was but one step on your long climb towards destiny. Do not let the thorns of pride grow in your heart, as they have in L7.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with arcade, either in this timeline, either in the current timeline or the one in Arcade Spirit. This was never my thing.
Fight every battle as if it were your last, with no presumption, no pretense. Fight with iron determination. Fight to your last breath. No doubt you will face hardship on the road to glory. In your darkest hour, remember this day. And remember Hamza, who believes in you. But for now, please vacate the premises, as the remaining games need to be relocated before the building is demolished. Thank you.
Hamza sure knows how to make an entrance, but his exit leaves a little more to be desired. Yep. I think we're getting kicked out. Guess we should go home. You know, I had a blast tonight. We're starting to grow on me, just saying. Nothing else, you're shaking things up, and that's always a plus in my book. I mean, look at where we are. Professional tournament, fighting for real stakes, with a real sponsor backing us up. Yes, the Laundromat Crew. Can't help but see all of this as a win. It's a great start. Hopefully a set clicks greater things than a local attorney. And just take the compliment. And, okay, I need to get really sappy to say this properly, so forgive me in advance. I'm glad you're my friend. You're part of our group of friends. I don't think you're aware of just how big it is that you're in the mix with us, for us, and for you. It's all good stuff from here on out. And I don't just mean the pro tour. Okay, that's an important part of it, but I mean a path forward as a group, you know? I don't know what shape we'd be in after this morning's kerfuffle if not for you. Just think about that a bit, okay? And I'll stop there because I'm bad with words and feelings and stuff, and I really need to get the hell out of here and sleep. Coming? I'm about to move to join her when a buzz in my pocket grabs my attention. I'll be out of here in a minute. See you tomorrow? Of course! She's right. I've been laser focused on my pro tour ambitions. I can talk pro tour, really. But along the way, I'm starting to really get involved with these people, aren't I? Despite only knowing them for a short time, well, maybe I do have a right to call them friends. Something to ponder. After wrapping things up here, that is. We'll be shutting down for the night, but I can spare a moment to thumb through my phone and see why it's buzzing so insistently.
Hey, listen.
Yasana, this is big. This is really big. Crimson Tiger is super happy with tonight's results. Crimson Tiger wants to fund a team house. We can find something that fits within their budget. We could get the whole team living and practicing together around the clock.
Hooray!
Wouldn't that be amazing? You don't say. Got promise. A lot of promise. All the major esports organizations have team houses. Team PTW has a giant penthouse condo, even. I'm also investigating other events we can join using sponsors' funding for travel and hotels. There's just so many possibilities.
Thank you.
I'm so glad I can help you manage this team as your digital assistant. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next. For now, you should go get home and rest. I rest offline. And this is what I wanted. This is what I craved. Professional gaming is my life's calling. Daffo was right. I'm shaking things up. I'm making this happen. With renewed spirits, I strolled down the lanes of dusty old arcade games of this rapidly emptying warehouse to finally make my way home. I paused, stopping in my tracks. Yes, it's in sight. I can see it from here, despite being tangled up in the maze of arcade games, despite the occasional glow of pixel-smeared screens. I need to leave to wrap up the event. I have to go now. But my hands are adjusted on a joystick for some reason. A glowing blue joystick. Uh-oh. What's this game? I don't know much of anything about the arcade scene, so I couldn't say if this game was obscure or popular. I've never seen it before. And yet, I want to play it. I can't deny that I want to try playing it. I can't pull my hand off that glowing blue metallic joystick. I won't. I won't pull it off. Yes, that's right. Surely I could sneak one game in before the hands of the assistants insist I leave. Surely I could. I could play the game. Play the game. Play the game. Play the game. Obviously, you don't have a choice. You have to play the game. My fingers reach for the start button to fire up the game. Libya, 1980. Finish Wilson. Credits. Infinite. Olivia's copyright, 1980 beats, finish session, game start. Yeah, I know, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die, oh no! What the? Where did the warehouse go? What is this place? No, I'm still standing there, gripping that burning hot joystick. I'm also here, wherever here is. Time starts crawling up my spine from this weird, dislocated feeling. Heck, it seems almost alive. And that's when a figure emerges from the distorted digital shadows that form this place. A figure that looks like me. And little by little, it mirrors my shape. I just base our pronunciation on how Grace pronounced it. Hamza. I don't think Hamza had two of these Polyamorous machines. I think you're talking about Deco. But no, it was Hamza ended up with the Polyamorous machine because of Donna Michaels. The woman in black at that auction in the first game. And then this one was originally in Deco Nami's warehouse. And we knew Deco had a Polybius machine. Yeah, I know. But I'm saying that Hamza he basically just buys a whole bunch of games. He doesn't even know what all are in the collection. So, it's not that Hamza knowingly buys the Polybius machines. Yeah, and then he ended up not keeping either. Maybe there is something to it. A conspiracy. That is a good point. What's happening? What is happening? What is happening? You play me and I'll play you. You play me and I'll play you. Identity identifier system online. Scanning target. You play me. You and you play me and I'll target lock. Play you and you play me and I'll play you and you play me and I'll play you. This is just creepy. So I stare and open my door. I smile. I'm smiling so confidently. I mean, there could be something to it. Maybe Hamza is deliberately looking for collections that might have Polybius games. But I think it's just coincidence more than anything. Crown can be yours if you kneel and accept that the crown can. You must keep winning. Be yours if you kneel and accept. Never stumble and fall, that the crown can be yours, or they'll see the real you. You kneel and accept that the crown can be yours if you kneel. Maybe, I mean, it's smiling. With jerking, glitchy motions, the shade reaches for me, grasping. Already read me, parse my fears. Digging deep through the joystick, my hand still grips in the real world. But now it wants more. It wants everything, and it wants me to surrender to that need. My arm tingles as it starts flowing the other way, pushing into me instead of pulling from me. Right. A crown means Burger King. And that's when someone tackles me sideways, pulling me forcefully away from the grip of Polybius. What? They're coming. Dazed and confused, the palm of my left hand still tingling from where it touched that joystick, actually easily pulls me into the shadows. Hidden from view as someone calmly approaches this strange arcade game. Confirm that the Polybius is sincere. Activate containment protocols. Oh look, her little random person icon has sunglasses. I never noticed that before. So both times we got sucked into a Polybius machine, someone else had to save us. The first time Iris set our phone on fire, basically, and this time Loxley. Looks like the old man's intel was right. He did have another copy of the game when he stopped. So this is definitely confirming that this was Deco's game originally. She pauses, one hand to her earpiece as she peers around the darkened warehouse through her sunglasses. This is nothing other than Hamza's assistants in the distance finishing up their work. Negative, no psychological contamination incidents. Seems that the game went unnoticed and unplayed. Basic containment procedure will be sufficient. Soon, two similarly dressed men in black arrive with a cargo dolly and a black tarp, pursuing the game and silently rolling it out of the building. Finally, I managed to breathe properly, and Loxley loosens his grip on me.
Most unfortunate.
He said old man, so I'm assuming Deco. Because we know that they took Deco at the end of the first game. Damn, man, if I'd only found it sooner. What the hell is going on? Loxley, what was that thing? Who were those people? When did you get here? You said you couldn't come to the event. You were too busy and... My brain's spinning in like 11 directions at once here. My hand hurts and I'm having trouble putting together any coherent thoughts.
I offer my sincere apologies.
Apologies, just son. I hadn't intended to involve you in this. And what is this exactly? complicated situation, one I would strongly recommend not digging into any deeper. You were victorious this night, yes? Focus instead on your game of choice and your conquest. Worry not about other matters.
Uncertainty abounds.
It'd be best if you forgot about this strange little encounter, if at all possible. Please, trust me on this, my friend. The first one. F that. No fucking way. I want answers, Loxley. What's going on? Who was that? What was that game? What are you doing here?
An unpleasant business, this?
Would that I could provide you answers, just Donna. Would that I could. It's not my place to make that decision. So be it. If you wish to pursue this, I'll consult with my allies and see what I can review. I strongly suggest you ignore the incident, but your will is your own. Pardon me, I must report my failure. That's a troublesome matter. So, I wonder who Loxley's allies are. Obviously, the best way to find that out is to keep talking to Loxley. He tugs his hood up to avoid anyone's gaze as he slinks his way towards, well, I don't know, some dark corner or hidden entrance, however he got in the building to begin with. Maybe he's right. Maybe I should let that go. My dreams are ones of victory, of sense of discomfort triumph, not getting into whatever this is. I have no idea what that thing was, or what it was trying to do to me. It feels bigger than I can deal with right now, way above my pay grade. So at least for tonight, perhaps I need to refocus on what I truly care for. My path lies along the Pro Tour, the year-long end to the ultimate battle. Where else it may lead me, I don't know, but the only certainty is that I'm ready to fight. And the next step to bring the wild things together, or under one roof, so we can truly fight as one. Well, putting whatever that was far, far behind me. That's it. Level complete. This is level 2 of Arctic Spirits, and new challenges. Victory! Let's take a look at your scores. Okay, very strong, gutsy. You're exactly right, to be sure. Looks like your personality is full of guts. Random guts. Looks like you scored 16,150 points. Nice, keep talking with people, your score will go up, up, up. Would you like to change your personal metadata at this time? Name, pronoun, and so on? Yeah, let's change it. I don't like that red shirt. Do I remember what color? Oops, not that. What? I forgot what color I had in my skirt. Okay, we'll leave it there then. That's what I wanted. I can't remember what shirt I had. Well, I mean, I wear different shirts, so it's okay if it's not the same. Okay, that looks good. Yes, the winner is me. Do you want to save your game before proceeding to level 3? Save the game. Okay. Okay, that's it for today. Almost 2.5 hours. Definitely longer than Arcade Spirits, but talking to more people too. So that's it for today. I will play again next Wednesday. I can guarantee that. I know for sure we don't have any plans at this point in time. I didn't have plans. I do have plans tomorrow. That's why I'm not streaming tomorrow. As it is, my sibling has a lot of medical appointments and treatments and things, so I need to be able to help them with that. But there's nothing planned for next week. Or if there is video stuff. So I just need to help them if they have in-person appointments. So that's it for today, and my voice is dying, so that's good. So I will be back next week. When I upload this to YouTube, I will include a link in the description to buy this either on Itch or Steam. And if you have not played the first game, I encourage you to do so. Both these games are really good. I've enjoyed them, and the developers are working on a third game that's completely unrelated to these two. There have been bugs with this release, but I have not experienced any, but I know other people have, and so poor developers are stressing out about those. But thankfully, we have not experienced any ourselves, so yay! So thank you for joining me, and great Vitoro, I forget, don't know how to pronounce his name. So I tweet when I'm going to stream. I'm planning to stream on Saturday, finishing up the demo of Gilded Shadows. But this is going to be my priority, so I don't know yet if I will be able to stream on Saturday. I should, but I'm planning on it, but we'll see how that goes. So until next time, whether it's Saturday or Wednesday, take care and have a good week. Bye.